First contact. The night sky erupted in a brilliant flash, momentarily turning darkness into day. Dr. Samantha Chen, hunched over her telescope at the Mauna Kea Observatory, blinked in surprise. Her years of searching the cosmos for signs of extraterrestrial life hadn't prepared her for this. "Did you see that?" She called out to her research assistant, Mike. "Yeah, what was it, meteor?" Mike's voice crackled through the intercom. Samantha's fingers flew across her keyboard, adjusting the telescope's focus. "I don't think so. The trajectory was all wrong." It looked controlled. As the object hurtled towards Earth, Samantha's heart raced. This was it. The moment every astronomer dreamed of but never truly expected. First contact. The object, now visibly a sleek, silvery craft, disappeared behind the tree line of a nearby forest. Samantha was already on her feet, grabbing her jacket and car keys. "Mike, call the authorities. I'm going to check it out." "What?" "Sam, wait. It could be dangerous." But Samantha was already out the door, her mind buzzing with possibilities. As she drove down the winding mountain road, her headlights cutting through the darkness, she couldn't shake the feeling that everything was about to change. The forest was eerily quiet when Samantha arrived. Using her phone's flashlight, she made her way through the underbrush, following a trail of broken branches and scorched earth. The air smelled of ozone and something alien, a metallic scent she couldn't quite place. Then she saw it, a craft unlike anything humanity had ever created. It was roughly the size of a bus, its surface a seamless expanse of what looked like liquid metal. Steam hissed from cracks in its hull, and a faint, pulsing light emanated from within. Samantha approached cautiously, her scientific curiosity warring with her sense of self-preservation. As she neared the craft, a section of its hull suddenly liquefied, forming an opening. Samantha gasped, taking a step back. A figure emerged, humanoid, but clearly not human. It stood nearly 7 feet tall, its body covered in iridescent scales that shifted colors in the moonlight. Its head was elongated, with large, multifaceted eyes that reflected Samantha's flashlight beam. The alien stumbled, clearly injured. Without thinking, Samantha rushed forward to help. As she supported the creature's weight, she felt an intense heat radiating from its body. "You're burning up," she muttered, more to herself than the alien. To her shock, the alien responded. Its voice was like nothing she'd ever heard before, a series of clicks and whistles that somehow formed words in her mind. "Humans, what have you done to me? I'm on fire." Samantha's scientific mind raced. Was this some kind of telepathy? A universal translator? She pushed the questions aside for now. The alien needed help. "It's okay," she said, hoping the alien could understand her as well. "I'm here to help. Can you walk?" The alien nodded, a surprisingly human gesture. Together, they made their way to Samantha's car. As she helped the alien into the back seat, she couldn't help but marvel at the situation. Here she was, a human scientist, helping an injured alien into her beat-up old Subaru. As Samantha drove back to the observatory, her mind whirled with questions. Who was this alien? Where did it come from? And most importantly, what did its arrival mean for humanity? The alien's voice broke into her thoughts. "Thank you, human. Your kindness, unexpected." Samantha glanced in the rearview mirror, meeting the alien's multifaceted gaze. "You're welcome. I'm Samantha. Dr. Samantha Chen. Can you tell me your name?" The alien made a series of musical clicks and whistles. In Samantha's mind, it translated to something like Zix Ithalon. "Zix," Samantha repeated, simplifying it. "What brought you to Earth?" Zix's color shifted, darkening slightly. "Research mission. Study developing civilizations." But something went wrong. Ship malfunctioned. Crash landed. Samantha nodded, her suspicions confirmed. "Are there others?" "More of your kind on the ship." Zix's color dimmed further. "No, only me. Others didn't survive crash." Samantha's heart ached for the alien. Alone on a strange planet, the sole survivor of a terrible accident. She made a decision then and there. She would help Zix, no matter what. As they approached the observatory, Samantha saw flashing lights. Police cars and what looked like government vehicles surrounded the building. Her heart sank. She had hoped for more time to understand Zix before involving the authorities. "Zix," she said urgently, "I don't know how things work where you're from, but here on Earth, some people might want to study you in ways you might not like. I want to help you, but I need you to trust me. Can you do that?" Zix's colors swirled, a mix of blues and greens, as Samantha interpreted as uncertainty. Then, slowly, the alien nodded. Samantha pulled over to the side of the road, just out of sight of the observatory. She turned to face Zix, her expression serious. "I have a cabin nearby, a secret place where I go to think and work on my research. I can take you there, help you recover, and we can figure out what to do next. But we have to move fast." Zix studied her for a long moment, its multifaceted eyes unreadable. Then, in a gesture that was becoming familiar, it nodded. As Samantha turned the car around, heading away from the observatory and deeper into the forest, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and fear. She was about to become Earth's first ambassador to an alien species, all while hiding from her own government. The road ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear: nothing would ever be the same again. The human element. As Samantha's old Subaru rumbled down the winding forest road, Zix's iridescent scales flickered with an array of colors, reflecting the aliens' tumultuous emotions. The cabin, nestled deep in the woods, soon came into view, a rustic haven that would become their secret base of operations. "Welcome to Earth's most exclusive alien resort," Samantha quipped, trying to lighten the mood as she helped Zix out of the car. The alien's multifaceted eyes blinked rapidly, processing the unfamiliar surroundings. Once inside, Samantha's scientific curiosity took over. She grabbed her med kit and approached Zix, who was now sprawled across her worn leather couch, still radiating an alarming amount of heat. "Okay, let's figure out why you're on fire," she said, pulling out a thermal scanner. "This might tingle a bit." As she ran the scanner over Zix's body, the readings made her gasp. The alien's core temperature was fluctuating wildly, far beyond what any Earth creature could survive. "Zix, your body seems to be reacting to Earth's atmosphere. It's like you're having a massive allergic reaction," Samantha explained, her mind racing through potential solutions. Zix's voice resonated in her mind, a mix of clicks and whistles translating into words. "Our species, adaptable. Need time, recalibrate." Samantha nodded, understanding dawning. "You're saying your body can adapt to new environments, but it needs time." "Yes," Zix confirmed, its colors shifting to a calmer blue. "Need, safe space, to change." Samantha's eyes widened. "Change? You mean physically?" Before Zix could answer, a sharp knock at the door made them both freeze. Samantha's heart pounded as she approached the window, carefully peeking out. To her relief, it was Mike, her research assistant from the observatory. She quickly let him in, noting his wide-eyed expression as he caught sight of Zix. "Holy, so it's true," Mike breathed, taking in the alien's appearance. "The government guys are going crazy back at the observatory. They're searching everywhere for, well, for you," he said, gesturing to Zix. Samantha's mind raced. They needed a plan, and fast. "Mike, I need your help. We can't let them find Zix. Not yet. Not until we understand more." Mike hesitated, his gaze darting between Samantha and the alien. "Sam, this is big. Like, change the course of human history big. Are you sure we should be hiding this?" Samantha looked at Zix, who was watching their interaction with keen interest. "I'm sure. Zix needs our help, and we need time to learn from each other. This isn't just about scientific discovery, it's about doing what's right." Mike ran a hand through his hair, sighing deeply. "All right, I'm in. What's the plan?" As they huddled together, formulating a strategy to keep Zix hidden and safe, None of them noticed the small drone hovering outside the cabin window, its camera focused intently on the alien visitor. Miles away, in a top-secret government facility, General Marcus Blackwood leaned forward in his chair, his eyes glued to the live feed from the drone. A smile played at the corners of his mouth. Well, he murmured. Looks like we've got ourselves a real-life ET situation. Time to bring our little alien friend in for a chat. Back at the cabin, Samantha, Mike, and Zix were oblivious to the approaching storm. They worked tirelessly through the night, setting up makeshift lab equipment to monitor Zix's condition and brainstorming ways to communicate more effectively. As dawn broke, Zix's body began to change. Its scales rippled and shifted, taking on a more human-like appearance. Samantha and Mike watched in awe as the alien's form became increasingly humanoid, though still distinctly alien. Extraordinary, Samantha breathed, furiously taking notes. Your species can physically adapt to mimic the dominant life forms of a planet. Zix, now looking like a tall, slender human with iridescent skin and large, captivating eyes, nodded. It is how we study, without interfering, the alien explained, its voice now sounding almost human, with just a hint of its original musical quality. Mike shook his head in disbelief. This is incredible. With this ability, you could walk among us undetected. No wonder your people are so advanced in their research. Samantha's mind was already racing with the implications. Zix, what else can you tell us about your civilization, your technology, your purpose here on Earth? Before Zix could answer, the sound of approaching vehicles cut through the morning quiet. Samantha rushed to the window, her heart sinking as she saw a convoy of black SUVs approaching the cabin. They found us, she said, her voice tight with fear and frustration. How? We were so careful. Mike's face paled. The crash site. They must have some way of tracking alien technology. We should have thought of that. Zix stood, its new human-like form radiating an aura of calm determination. Do not fear. I will not let them harm you. You have shown me the best of humanity. Now it is time I return the favor. As the vehicle screeched to a halt outside and armed men in dark suits began to surround the cabin, Samantha, Mike, and Zix shared a look of resolve. Whatever came next, they would face it together. The door burst open, and General Blackwood strode in, flanked by his men. His eyes locked onto Zix, a predatory smile spreading across his face. Well, hello there, he said, his voice dripping with false warmth. I believe you, and I have a lot to talk about. Samantha stepped forward, placing herself between Zix and the general. This is a peaceful first contact, General. There's no need for hostility. Blackwood's smile never wavered. Oh, I couldn't agree more, Dr. Chen. In fact, I'm counting on our new friend here being very cooperative. After all, we have so much to learn from each other. As tension filled the small cabin, Zix's voice resonated in everyone's minds, clear and powerful. You wish to learn? Then let us begin with a lesson in trust and mutual respect. For it is not technology or power that will determine the future of our species, but our capacity for understanding and compassion. The general's smile faltered, caught off guard by the alien's words and the strange, compelling power behind them. In that moment, the course of human history hung in the balance, with the potential for either a new era of interstellar cooperation or a devastating conflict. The choice, it seemed, was theirs to make. The quantum conundrum. The tension in the cabin was palpable as General Blackwood and his team faced off against Samantha, Mike, and the newly humanoid Zix. The alien's words hung in the air, a challenge and an opportunity wrapped in one. Suddenly, Zix's body began to glow with an otherworldly light. The air crackled with energy, and everyone in the room felt a strange tingling sensation. What's happening? Blackwood demanded, his hand instinctively moving towards his weapon. Samantha's scientific mind raced to comprehend the phenomenon. It's some kind of quantum field, she exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. Zix, are you doing this? The alien nodded, its iridescent skin pulsing with energy. I am initiating a quantum entanglement protocol. It will allow us to communicate and understand each other on a deeper level. Before anyone could react, tendrils of light burst from Zix's body, enveloping everyone in the room. In an instant, their minds were linked in a vast neural network, thoughts and emotions flowing freely between them. Blackwood gasped as he experienced firsthand the vastness of the cosmos through Zix's memories. He saw distant worlds, advanced civilizations, and the interconnectedness of all living things. Samantha and Mike were equally awestruck, their scientific knowledge expanding exponentially as they absorbed millennia of alien research and discoveries. As the quantum link faded, everyone in the room stood in stunned silence, forever changed by the experience. Blackwood was the first to speak, his voice trembling with emotion. I had no idea. The universe is so much more complex, so much more beautiful than we ever imagined. Zix nodded sagely. This is why we study developing civilizations, to guide them towards this understanding, to help them take their place among the cosmic community. Samantha's mind was buzzing with new ideas and possibilities. Zix, the technology you've shown us, quantum entanglement, faster than light travel, energy manipulation, it could revolutionize our world. Mike chimed in, equally excited. We could solve our energy crisis, eliminate pollution, maybe even end disease and hunger. Blackwood, however, looked troubled. But what about the risks? If this technology fell into the wrong hands, it could be catastrophic. Zix turned to the general, its eyes shimmering with an alien wisdom. That is why we do not simply give technology to developing worlds. They must earn it, prove they are ready for the responsibility it brings. How? Samantha asked, her scientific curiosity piqued. How can we prove we're ready? Zix's expression turned grave. There is a test. A challenge that every species must face before they can join the galactic community. And for humanity, that test is rapidly approaching. The room fell silent as the weight of Zix's words sank in. Blackwood stepped forward, his military training kicking in. What kind of test? Are we talking about some kind of alien invasion? Zix shook its head. Not an invasion, but a trial. A cosmic event that will push your species to its limits, forcing you to work together in ways you never have before. As if on cue, alarms began blaring from the general's communication devices. One of his aides burst into the cabin, panic etched on his face. Sir, we're picking up massive energy readings from the edge of our solar system. Something's coming, and it's big. Samantha rushed to her computer, pulling up the latest astronomical data. Her face paled as she interpreted the readings. It's a quantum anomaly. A tear in the fabric of space-time, heading straight for Earth. Mike looked at Zix, realization dawning. This is it, isn't it? This is our test. The alien nodded sullenly. The quantum rift. It has the power to reshape reality itself. How you choose to face it will determine the fate of your world and your place in the cosmos. Blackwood's military mind was already formulating strategies. We need to mobilize every resource we have. Dr. Chen, we'll need your expertise. And Zix, we'll need your guidance. Zix's body shimmered, its form shifting back to its original alien appearance. I cannot interfere directly, but I can offer knowledge. The choices, however, must be your own. As the gravity of the situation sank in, Samantha felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. This was humanity's moment, their chance to prove themselves worthy of the stars. We need to warn the world, she said, her voice filled with determination. And we need to bring together the brightest minds from every nation. This isn't just about America. It's about the future of our entire species. Blackwood nodded, already making calls. I'll contact the President and the UN. We'll need a global task force, and we'll need it yesterday. As the cabin erupted into a flurry of activity, Zix watched with a mixture of hope and apprehension. The alien had seen countless civilizations face this test. Some had risen to the challenge, ascending to new heights of existence. Others had fallen, their potential lost to the cosmos. Which path would humanity choose? The answer would soon reveal itself as the quantum rift approached, bringing with it challenges beyond imagination and the key to humanity's cosmic destiny. The next few days would determine everything. Earth's greatest minds would be pushed to their limits, forced to unravel the mysteries of quantum physics and harness energies they barely understood. And through it all, the human spirit would be tested, their capacity for cooperation, innovation, and courage put to the ultimate trial. As Samantha looked out the cabin window at the night sky, she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and responsibility. The stars had never seemed so close, yet the challenges ahead had never been greater. "We're ready," she whispered, more to herself than anyone else. "We have to be." Little did she know, the true scope of the trial ahead would surpass even her wildest imagination. The quantum rift was approaching, and with it, a future that would redefine what it meant to be human. The Quantum Nexus Initiative. The world was in chaos. News of the approaching quantum rift had leaked, causing widespread panic and confusion. Governments scrambled to maintain order while simultaneously mobilizing for the greatest challenge humanity had ever faced. At the heart of this global effort was the newly formed Quantum Nexus Initiative, QNI, a coalition of the world's brightest minds led by Dr. Samantha Chen. Their base of operations, a cutting-edge facility hidden within Mount Cheyenne, now dubbed the Hive. Inside the Hive's central command, holographic displays flickered with real-time data from around the globe. Samantha stood at the center, her eyes darting between screens as she coordinated with teams worldwide. "Status update on Project Harmony," she called out. A young scientist, Dr. Aisha Patel, responded, her voice tinged with excitement. "The Quantum Entanglement Network is online, Dr. Chen. We're now linked with research centers on every continent." Samantha nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. The network, inspired by Zix's earlier demonstration, was humanity's first step towards true global cooperation. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Mike rushed in, his face pale. "Sam, we've got a problem. The rift, it's evolving." On the main screen, a visualization of the quantum rift appeared. What was once a simple tear in space-time had transformed into a swirling vortex of cosmic energy, pulsing with colors beyond human comprehension. Zix, who had been observing quietly, stepped forward. "The rift is entering its second phase. It will begin to affect your reality soon." As if on cue, reports started flooding in from around the world. Time anomalies, spontaneous matter transmutation, even localized reversals of gravity. The fabric of reality itself was beginning to unravel. "We need to accelerate our plans," Samantha declared, her voice steady despite the chaos. "Project Phoenix, what's your status?" A hologram of a rugged-looking man appeared, Colonel Jack Harper, leader of the Global Defense Force. "The quantum-powered mech suits are ready for deployment, Dr. Chen. But without a way to close the rift, they're just a stopgap measure." Samantha turned to Zix, her eyes pleading. "There must be something more you can tell us. How have other species solved this?" Zix's multifaceted eyes shimmered with an alien emotion. "Each species finds their own path. But remember, the test is not just about technology, it's about the spirit of your people." As frustration threatened to overwhelm her, Samantha felt a sudden warmth in her mind. The quantum link they had experienced earlier flickered to life, connecting everyone in the hive. In that moment of shared consciousness, an idea began to form. "Wait," Samantha gasped, her eyes wide with realization. "What if we're thinking about this all wrong? We've been trying to fight the rift, to close it. But what if we could harness it instead?" The room fell silent as the implications sank in. It was Mike who finally spoke up, his voice filled with awe. "You mean, use the rift as a power source? To fuel our own evolution?" Samantha nodded, her excitement growing. Exactly. If we could create a global network of quantum receivers, we could channel the rift's energy, using it to boost our own technological and even biological development. The idea spread through the quantum link, igniting a spark of hope in everyone connected. But it was risky. One miscalculation could tear the planet apart. Colonel Harper's hologram flickered with concern. It's a hell of a gamble, Dr. Chen. If we fail, we're no worse off than we are now, Samantha countered. But if we succeed, we could leap forward centuries, maybe even millennia in our development. As debates raged and plans were formulated, a new alert caught everyone's attention. The rift had spawned a new phenomenon: quantum ghosts, echoes of possible futures and alternate realities, now walking among the living. Reports flooded in from around the world, people coming face to face with versions of themselves that had made different choices, lived different lives. The psychological impact was enormous, challenging the very concept of identity and free will. Samantha realized they were running out of time. We need to act now. Initiate Project Ascension. The hive erupted into action. As teams worldwide began constructing the quantum receiver network, Samantha and her core team prepared for the most crucial part of the plan: interfacing directly with the rift. Using a combination of advanced technology and the insights gained from their mental link with Zix, they had constructed a quantum dye suit. It would allow Samantha to enter the rift itself, guiding the flow of energy into their receivers. As she donned the suit, Samantha felt a mix of terror and exhilaration. She turned to Zix, who watched with an unreadable alien expression. "Any last words of advice?" she asked, trying to keep her voice light. Zix's colors shifted, a kaleidoscope of emotion. "Remember, Dr. Chen, the rift is more than just energy. It's a window into the infinite possibilities of existence. What you bring back will shape the future of your species." Samantha nodded, taking a deep breath. As the quantum dive sequence initiated, she felt her consciousness expanding, merging with the very fabric of reality. In that moment, suspended between what was and what could be, Samantha Chen held the fate of humanity in her hands. The choices she would make, the visions she would bring back, would determine whether Earth would rise to join the cosmic community or fall into the abyss of failed potential. As her physical form dissolved into pure energy, Samantha's last coherent thought echoed through the quantum link, reaching every mind on Earth. Whatever happens, we face it together. For Earth, for humanity, for our future among the stars. The quantum rift pulsed, reality trembled, and humanity stood on the brink of its greatest transformation. The final test had begun. Cosmic rebirth. As Samantha's consciousness merged with the quantum rift, the fabric of reality itself seemed to hold its breath. Back on Earth, billions watched their screens in anticipation, connected through the global quantum network. Inside the rift, Samantha found herself adrift in a sea of infinite possibilities. Past, present, and future collided in a kaleidoscope of quantum potential. She saw humanity's triumphs and failures, civilizations rising and falling across countless timelines. "Focus, Sam," Mike's voice echoed through the quantum link. "Remember the mission." Samantha steeled herself, pushing through the overwhelming sensory input. She began to guide the rift's energy, channeling it into Earth's newly constructed quantum receivers. As the power flowed, strange phenomena erupted across the globe. In New York, gravity reversed in Central Park, creating a breathtaking garden suspended in midair. In Tokyo, spontaneous evolution caused plants to grow and change at hyperspeed, transforming the city into a bioluminescent wonderland. But it wasn't just the environment changing. Humans themselves began to evolve, their consciousness expanding as they tapped into the quantum network. People found themselves suddenly understanding complex scientific concepts, speaking languages they'd never learned, and developing latent psychic abilities. However, not all changes were benevolent. In some areas, reality began to fracture. Temporal anomalies caused dinosaurs to roam alongside futuristic hovercars. In others, people's darkest fears manifested as nightmarish creatures straight out of Lovecraftian horror. At the Hive, alarms blared as systems struggled to cope with the influx of energy. Colonel Harper's voice cut through the chaos. "We're losing control. Dr. Chen, you need to stabilize the flow, or we'll tear the planet apart." Inside the rift, Samantha heard the warning. But as she tried to regulate the energy, she felt a strange resistance. The rift itself seemed to be fighting back, as if it had gained sentience. Suddenly, a familiar presence joined her in the quantum realm. It was Zix, but not as she had known them. The alien's consciousness had expanded, revealing its true form as a multidimensional being of pure energy. "Zix?" Samantha's thoughts echoed in the void. "What's happening?" The alien's response resonated through her very being. "This is the true nature of the test, Samantha. The rift is not just a phenomenon to be overcome. It is a gateway to cosmic consciousness, a chance for your species to transcend its physical limitations." As understanding dawned, Samantha made a critical decision. Instead of fighting the rift, she opened herself to it completely, becoming a conduit for its power. On Earth, the changes accelerated. The quantum network pulsed with newfound energy, linking every human mind into a vast, collective consciousness. Knowledge and experiences flowed freely, breaking down barriers of language, culture, and ideology. In this moment of supreme unity, humanity faced a choice: retreat from the transformation and return to their old way of life, or embrace the change and evolve into something greater. The decision rippled through the collective consciousness. In a single, breathtaking moment of cosmic synchronicity, humanity chose to evolve. A blinding light engulfed the planet, visible from space. When it faded, Earth had transformed. Cities had become living, breathing entities, seamlessly blending technology and nature. Humans had evolved into beings of energy and matter, capable of manipulating reality itself. Samantha, forever changed by her experience in the rift, returned to a world she'd barely recognized. As she materialized in the Hive, she saw her friends and colleagues transformed, their bodies shimmering with quantum energy. Mike approached her, his form flickering between physical and energy states. "Sam, you did it. You saved us all." Samantha shook her head, smiling. "No, Mike, we all did it. Together." Zix appeared beside them, now visible to all as a being of pure light. "Congratulations, humanity. You have passed the test. Welcome to the cosmic community." As the realization of their achievements sank in, a new challenge emerged. How would this newly evolved humanity use its powers? What role would they play in the grand tapestry of the universe? Samantha stepped forward, her voice resonating through the global quantum network. "We've been given an incredible gift, but with it comes great responsibility. Our journey isn't over, it's just beginning. Together, we'll explore the cosmos, seek out new life, and use our abilities to help other developing civilizations." The response was unanimous. Earth, once a small, isolated planet, had become a beacon of hope and progress in the universe. As the newly evolved humans prepared to take their first steps into the cosmic community, Samantha couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder. They had faced the ultimate test and emerged stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before. The quantum rift, once a threat, had become the catalyst for humanity's greatest adventure. As Earth's first faster-than-light ships prepared to launch, carrying human consciousness to the stars, one thing was clear: the future was no longer just a possibility, it was a reality they would shape together. And so, humanity embarked on its cosmic journey, ready to face whatever challenges the universe might hold, united in purpose and infinite in potential. The end, or perhaps just the beginning of a new cosmic era.